Good morning. It is Monday morning, meaning time for some Motivational Monday. My name is Christopher Donnell, the pastor here at Urbana United Methodist Church. And it is April 1st, April Fool's Day, right? The day after Resurrection Sunday. And today's message and encouragement today is be empty like the tomb. Hopefully you celebrated the empty tomb with your friends and family and those who you worship with this weekend. Today, hopefully, you'll still be reminded that we're called to be empty like the tomb every day. And what I mean by that is God emptied the tomb. I mean, that was full of death and destruction and darkness. And yet God raised Jesus from the dead and emptied the tomb. And for us, what that means, even not just our salvation and life that we gain from that, is that we are called to empty ourselves, to be empty like that tomb as well, not to be full of all the things that we hold so close to us, to not share with the world, especially like our hope and our peace. And again, that saving grace of Jesus. And so I was reminded in Philippians, written by Paul to the church in Philippi in chapter 2, verses 5-8, Paul says this. He says, "In your relationships with one another, have the same mindset as Christ Jesus, who being in the very nature of God did not consider equality with God something to be used to his own advantage. Rather, he made himself nothing by taking the very nature of a servant, being made in human likeness. And being found in the appearance as a man, he humbled himself, becoming obedient to death, even on a cross." So Jesus, Son of God, God in flesh, humbled himself, poured himself out continuously to those around him to give them hope and point them to the way of truth and grace. And so that is our call today, is that the tomb would still be empty as people see us. We would empty ourselves over and over and over again with that truth and that grace and that humbleness, that servanthood, just like Jesus did as he came to serve, not to be served. That we remember the resurrection story of the life that we have and the life and the one to come. But because of that, it matters now how we live to see ourselves poured out for those around us. So who is around you that needs to be reminded of hope, grace, truth, and love this morning, and that you can point to them, point to those things through your own life and your own actions. So empty yourselves, pour yourselves out. The tomb is still empty. And that is the good news today. Now, may we empty ourselves out for the good news for others. Hopefully have an awesome week, and we'll see you next time.